This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. 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 This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
You know what? At the time, Banks was about to become the first African-American man to manage a Major League Baseball game. Now, the Cubs went on to win that game 3-2 in 12 innings, but the Banks story went unnoticed for the most part. In fact, Banks himself later said that not a single writer talked to him after the game, and his own kids didn't even mention it. Remarkable. So while Frank Robinson is credited with being the first black manager in the majors when he took the Indians job in 1975, this breakthrough by Banks should not be overlooked. It really was an incredible baseball moment, and now you know a little bit more about it. And before I turn things over to Jerry, I want to invite you to stay with us in between games today, as I'll tell you guys a little bit about the early history of Major League doubleheaders and how they came to be. Now here's Jerry Schimmel with your Common Spirit Health Injury Report.
All right, Jesse, thank you very much. Detroit looks this way. Key pitchers out: John Brebbia, Alex Cobb, Jose Urquidy, and Sawyer Gibson-Long all are out. Key position players, 3 outfielders, Manuel Margot, Matt Vierling, and Parker Meadows are all out. And a catcher, a backup catcher, Jake Rogers, out as well. For the Rockies, these 4 pitchers on the shelf: Ryan Feltner, Austin Gomber, Jeff Criswell, and Victor Vodnik. There are 3 infielders: Tyler Freeman, Aaron Schunk, and Ezekiel Tovar, whom we are told may go out together on a rehab assignment as early as this Saturday when AAA Albuquerque is playing in Oklahoma City. Also, a position player on the injury list, Chris Bryant, is going to undergo back surgery today. The other player out, Tyro Estrada. Injury report brought to you by Common Spirit Health, hospitals, clinics, and caregivers with a focus on human kindness. Let's look now at who's hot and who's not. It's presented by Fix-It 24/7, the experts for your plumbing, heating, air, and electrical needs 24/7. FixMyHome.com is their website. For Detroit, who's hot? Shortstop Trey Sweeney last night had a big game in that win for his team, went 4 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 singles and a walk. And who's not? Justin Henry Malloy, whom we saw come off the bench last night. In the lineup today as an outfielder is 0 for 11 on the Tigers' current road trip. For the Rockies, who's hot? Big night last night for Michael Toglia in the Rockies' loss. He went 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a home run plus a walk. And who's not for the Rockies? Second baseman today in Game 1 is Kyle Farmer, and Kyle's his 4 for his last 42 at the plate. Who's hot and who's not? Presented by Fix-It 24/7. For special offers, check them out online at FixMyHome.com. We'll take a break and come back with the Bud Black Show here on the KOA Rockies Radio Network.
It's Mandy Connell, and I'm just reflecting back on the almost 30 years that I've spent in radio. I'll never forget when a program director told me what my job really is, and that's to be entertaining and tell people where to shop. I hope I've been entertaining, but I know I've helped businesses grow through the years by introducing them to the absolute best audience in the world. Radio's different than other advertising mediums because we spend a lot of time together, and it's like we're friends you've just never met. People send me pictures of their new babies, share their struggles, or just send me something funny all the time. And businesses realize that this relationship is special. It's one of trust. And I take care of that trust by partnering with only the best. And that's why it's so effective. If I'm bragging about your business, it's because I believe in it and my listeners get it. And if you're hearing this, you already have one thing in common, and that's me. Let me help grow your business. Email me, Mandy Connell at iHeartMedia.com. That's Mandy Connell at iHeartMedia.com.
Winning teams do the little things right. That's why Treetop Applesauce is the official applesauce of the Colorado Rockies. As a farmer-owned company for more than 60 years, Treetop wins by keeping it simple, using only ripe and juicy apples picked at the peak of perfection in their sauces and juices, making Treetop perfect for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and every snack in between. Treetop Applesauce and Apple Juice. Farmer-grown, farmer-owned.
As the state's largest oil and natural gas producer, Chevron employs your neighbors to help deliver the energy our communities need while teaming up with local organizations and investing millions of dollars to help the communities we call home. At Chevron, we are committed to safely delivering the affordable, ever-cleaner energy that powers Colorado forward. Together, we're fueling Colorado. That is energy in progress.
For more than 25 years, I've stood beside injury victims and their families, helping them fight for justice. But this isn't just my profession, it's personal. My own mom was hit and killed by a truck. I understand the pain and the fight for accountability because I've lived it. That's why I'm passionate about helping families like yours. When you need someone who truly understands, call me. Together we'll fight for justice. Backus and Schenker, our passion is justice.
Hi, everybody. Jack Corrigan. Local folks choose Revive because it's a natural organic soil treatment. A Revive treatment with fertilization, aeration, and good watering is the main key to building stronger roots for a healthier, lush green lawn all summer long. Revive makes everything work better by moving water and nutrients much deeper into your soil. Early spring application of Revive will wake up your lawn from its long winter's nap. Now that's the Revive difference.
Hey, it's Ross, and you've heard me talk about and recommend my morning show partners over my years here at KOA and iHeartRadio. Now, my partners have included companies in too many lines of business to name them all, but they have something in common. My show partners come to know my listeners as great people and great customers. And my listeners know that I'm extremely selective about who I work with, so they trust my partners. If you'd like to talk about building your business as a Ross Kaminsky Show partner, shoot me an email at ross@iheartmedia.com, ross@iheartmedia.com.
Back here on the Backus and Schenker on Deck show, Bud Black's turn as we get the visit with the Rockies manager before every game, except when we've had doubleheaders, and we've had a few too many of them lately, buddy, where we just do it for the opening game. But one of the things I wanted to talk about a little bit, I mean, people, you get to this level, you have the talent to play defense. But there's different levels of talent, like in anything. How much of what happens is the result, because you guys practice, and I'm trying to qualify all of this, but there is a rhythm to it, isn't there? And some guys excel at doing the little things that make defense that much stronger.
You know, Jack, I think what you're alluding to, I think there's an instinct that athletes have. It could be any sport, right, Jack? Anything that involves reaction and instinct and maybe forward thinking a little bit, anticipation, that I think going to make a really good defender, right? And a lot of it you can't teach it. You can talk about teaching it. You can coach things as far as what to look for, all the intricacies of the game. But there's an instinctual element that good defenders have.
I know he is inexperienced and hasn't had a ton of run out there, but I expect him to make the plays that he can make. And in using the DH today, the way I'm going to do in the first two games, it does lend itself to Jahan in the outfield for game one, and we'll see what I'm going to do in game two. But we need him to get going with the bat and get back to a quality at bat, seeing pitches, hitting the ball hard, and that should come with some regular at-bats over the next couple days.
Chetman died this morning. How cool was it last summer to see that team, your young kids, interacting with those guys?
Yeah, that was fun because we have a big enough dugout where everybody could fit, and we had a chance to just hang there, right? A bunch of baseball players hanging out before a game and before they got recognized. And we're fortunate to have a number of guys from that team be around on a fairly regular basis. When you think of Tram and Gibby and Dan, and but the other guys that were so happy to be at Comerica and a part of the organization, and seeing some of the young and old. That 84 team is legendary in the eyes of this organization and the eyes around baseball. And then we hope to be revered like they are someday. And in order to do that, you got to win a lot of games, and you got to win the most important games. And talking baseball is when these guys are at their best, and we did a lot of that last summer.
With Casey, even his last start, struggled a little bit, but then able to lock it in and go a big 7 innings. Just what's been the key for Casey finding his success so far?
Yeah, I think the pitch mix is always important for him. We talk a lot about his split, especially here in altitude. Sliders are always, you're always curious how they're going to respond in this environment. But when he's able to throw all of his pitches for strikes and get ahead, he's a completely different pitcher. When he becomes a predictable guy, predominantly fastball only, or doesn't have the feel for his split, he gives the hitter a better chance to defend himself. So I look for him to come out fairly aggressive. He's well rested. He's been pushed back a little bit. He knows we have a doubleheader, so he takes that badge of honor to take the ball in game one and go as long as he can, knowing that everything that he does not only can help us win, but can set us up for a good game two.
Tigers manager A.J. Hinch, stay with us. We'll go around the league next on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
The plans for the Comerica Hatch Detroit contest by Techtown have been submitted, and many dreams are alive. But now it's your turn to help hatch the brick-and-mortar retail business in Detroit, Hamtramck, and Highland Park that everyone will be talking about. Comerica Bank is raising expectations on its commitment to economic development, small businesses, and the community by partnering with Techtown Detroit to award the grand prize winning entrepreneur $100,000. In addition, the Comerica Hatch Detroit contest winner will also receive technical assistance that includes free legal, PR, and accounting. Detroit, it's up to you to decide which new store, shop, boutique, or restaurant will become the next new favorite business idea by supporting Motown's most passionate entrepreneurs. Voting takes place from May 16th through June 11th at hatchdetroit.com. Comerica Bank, member FDIC.
Get ready for Tigers baseball with Carbliss, a premium ready-to-drink cocktail in a can. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories a can. Plus, less carbonation, which means less bloating and less guilt when drinking. Carbliss offers flavors for everyone, from pineapple, black cherry, or cranberry to classic cocktails like margarita and Paloma. On Tigers game days, stop at your local grocery store and pick up a pack of Carbliss to enjoy at home during every pitch. Carbliss, handcrafted premium ready-to-drink cocktails. Less is more.
Jeff Rieger with Around the League from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by Big B Coffee, the official coffee of the Detroit Tigers. Are you sick of hearing the name Alex Bregman yet? The 31-year-old was the talk of the offseason mainly because he took forever to sign with the team. But when he finally decided to put pen to paper and decided on the Boston Red Sox, we all knew he would hit at Fenway Park, and hitting, he is. Bregman in Boston hosting the Rangers last night, trying to get to 500, a 19-19 record, and they would. Down 2-0, bottom of the fourth inning, Bregman dug in, looking to impress the Fenway faithful.
2-2. Swinging a high fly ball left field, headed back toward the seats, and it is gone. He got the Plymouth Rock sign and a home run for Bregman, number 9. Yes, the 200th of his career as well.
Boston wins the game 6-4. Bregman 3 for 4 with 3 RBI. He's now hitting .327 in his first year in Beantown, and the Sox are just 2.5 games out of first place in the American League East behind the Yankees. Bregman in Boston seems to be a really nice fit a month into the baseball season. Around the league from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by ESPN Bet. Take the Tigers to beat the Rockies today by a run and a half. You get almost even odds at -115. ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN and the only place to find exclusive offers. Download the ESPN Bet app today.
The McLaren Proton Therapy Center at the Karmanos Cancer Institute offers the most powerful and precise radiation oncology treatment available. Using the latest generation technology, we're able to deliver high doses of radiation to the exact size and shape of your tumor while avoiding surrounding healthy tissue and organs. That means we can eliminate cancer with an unmatched precision, resulting in fewer side effects and improved outcomes for patients. To learn more, visit mclaren.org/protontherapy.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. All we do is win.
All we do is win. Dad, here's 3 reasons why we should go to the Meyer LPGA Classic for Simply Give.
Okay.
1, you can spend Father's Day weekend with some real golfers.
Ouch.
2, it's a good time for a good cause. Foodie fun, family fun, and fun helping feed neighbors in need.
And 3?
3. Do you really need another reason?
Join the fun June 12th through 15th at the Meyer LPGA Classic for Simply Give. Learn more and get tickets at MeyerLPGAClassic.com.
Hey there, we're at your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealer, and the deals here knock it out of the park. First up, redesigned Explorer, perfect for the whole team. And the Escape, packed with tech. Wait, where's Rookie?
Here, I just test drove a Bronco.
No kidding. What was the best part?
Everything. And these deals are a grand slam.
I told you. Stay in the game and head to your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealers to score big today.
You just slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need, and will be ready to help for the next 85 years.
Now, back to the Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers broadcast booth. From the field, brought to you by Meyer, official partner of the Detroit Tigers.
Good evening, Tiger fans. This is Bobby Scales with the From the Field report, here with Tiger shortstop Trey Sweeney. Trey, thanks for being on with us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
It just seems like this year you guys have a clear plan and approach for everybody, and it's not a blanket approach. Yours is going to be different than McKinstry's, going to Riley's, so on and so forth. But you guys have done such a great job of staying really stubborn to your plans and executing things when those things come about. And how has that mentality just spread about the whole team, and how do you guys maintain that?
Yeah, I think you have to attribute it to just guys wanting to win. I think everybody's bought in, and obviously just how lineups are built across the big leagues. There's power guys, your contact guys, and everything, but everybody's bought in, I feel like, to doing their job and kind of sticking to their approach. And we have a lot of guys come up with runners on third and no outs, 1 out, and people are bought in that way, not trying to do too much, but just get a run in, whether it drops your average or not, stuff like that. But I think that's the biggest part, is people are just at the plate focusing on doing their job and not doing too much. So it is cool to see, and I think you're right that everybody's staying true to themselves and sticking to their approach, and it's worked out for us, and obviously had a really good offensive week last week.
Well, good offensive week. You had a great offensive day the other day, 4 for 5, 3 singles, a home run, a 3-run home run, 6 total RBIs. You got an RBI single, Oppo in the second, and one of the best balls you hit was that fly ball out in the 6th. Right. You scalded that ball. That was the only ball you didn't get a hit on. But then later in the 8th inning, a 3-run home run, pull side on the slider. And it was great to see that swing. Hanging slider, you recognize it and hit it out of the ballpark. When you have a day like that, you get 6 RBI, that's like a dream day, right? I mean, and to have it in the big leagues, and just, I'm sure at the moment you didn't really think too much about it, but after the game, you had a chance to digest it. What did that feel like?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels good after the fact and kind of reliving it. I mean, so blessed to be in this league and play on that stage. So when stuff like that comes your way and you have a successful day like that, you got to step back and appreciate it. Just because obviously this league's very hard, and you have a lot of days where you're not doing so hot. Right. So yeah, no, it felt good, and felt good to kind of relive it. But yeah, it's also good to see some results and some swings pay off as well. So. Just try to use that day as momentum and stay confident and stick to my approach.
Well, you go ahead and use that day as momentum because you've done a great job offensively, you've done a great job defensively. Trey, appreciate you being on the show with us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you.
That was Trey Sweeney. Tigers, Rockies. We'll be back with more from the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Detroit Tigers baseball. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein at the Sam Bernstein Law Firm.
our firm has helped recover over $3.5 billion by fighting and winning one case at a time for over 50 years. We listen, fight for what you deserve, and you don't pay until we win, because nobody fights harder. There are over 3.5 billion reasons to get the Bernstein advantage. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
The Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Michigan's first family of law.
Big news from Jack Dimmer Lincoln. Employee pricing for all is happening now through June 2nd. You heard that right. No qualifications, no memberships, just exclusive employee discounts on most new Lincolns, including the 2025 Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. That means no haggling, no surprises, just straight up savings on luxury. It's all part of Lincoln's From America for America campaign. It's a bold way to say thank you. Come see us at Jack Dimmer Lincoln and drive home your deal today.
Swing, there's a drive to left. That one is long.
125 years of baseball tradition continues.
And it's gone, a home run.
Brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Jack Dimmer Ford, Corwell Health, Jack Dimmer Lincoln, Fago, Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Electric, The D Las Vegas, Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers, Northville Lumber, Figer Law, Meyer, Comerica, McLaren Health, Wallside Windows, and Little Caesars Pizza.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit them.
These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues. Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Andy Ibanez will do the duties in the cleanup spot today. He'll play third base. Spencer Torkelson is over at first base, batting fifth. The DH, Kerry Carpenter, he will hit sixth. Javier Baez in center field, batting seventh. Number 0 changed his jersey number from 58 to 0. Tomas Nido will catch and hit eighth. Trey Sweeney will bat ninth and play shortstop. For the homestanding Colorado Rockies, they'll go this way in game 1. Brenton Doyle is out in center field, leading off. Jordan Beck will bat second and play left field. Ryan McMahon is over at third base, batting third. Hunter Goodman will do the catching and hit fourth. Michael Toglia will play first base and bat fifth. Nick Martini gets DH duties this afternoon in game 1. He'll hit sixth. Batting seventh is the right fielder Mickey Moniak. Alan Trejo will bat eighth and play shortstop. And batting ninth is their second baseman, Adel Amador.
Pitching matchup brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. For all the latest offers, go to Toyota.com. Again, Kyle Freeland, the local kid, against Casey Mize for the Tigers. Which brings us to our keys to the game, brought to you by Bell's Founders and Long Drink, proudly distributed by Rave Associates. Keys for the Tigers against Kyle Freeland.
Well, this in doing the homework on Kyle Freeland, Dan, it's a lot like what we saw not too long ago with Kyle Hendricks, except this left-handed. It's going to be a 5-pitch, a true 6-pitch mix, actually. He throws all of them over 10%, so you got to respect them all. Just get him on the plate, get him up. Obviously, in this ballpark, he gets a lot of ground balls, so if you can get him up and get him off his game and on the plate, he's going to nibble around the edges. If the Tigers expand their area where they want to swing the bat, it could be trouble, but if they can get him on the plate, they'll be in good shape.
Justin Henry Malloy, the first to face him in that leadoff spot. Game time weather brought to you by Clean Express Auto Wash, the official car wash of the Detroit Tigers. Fast, easy, clean, free vacuums. 64 degrees at game time. First pitch of the game. Swing a line drive, base hit into left. Change up over the middle of the plate, and Justin Henry Malloy ripped it into left field, and love seeing that. He just hasn't had many at-bats. A.J. Hinch talking about that before the game. It's a tough job. Tiger's been facing a lot of righties, and to see him have that swing to start the game, Bobby, that's a good way to begin.
That's a good sign for the Tigers and Justin Henry Malloy. This young man can hit. There's some thump in the bat. Got a little passive, but he jumped on that first offer.
Freeland works over toward the first base side of the rubber. Brings up Gleyber Torres. First pitch ground ball softly to short. Underhand flip from Trejo to Amador. Relay over to first. That's tailor-made. And that's one of the big improvements for Kyle Freeland this year. His ground ball rate is way up, and it allows him to do that. Work out of any potential jam with a double play ball. First pitch today brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. And that'll leave it up to Zach McKinstry. This is a lefty who will take lefties out of opposing lineups. First pitch fastball for a strike. Even though lefties have hit him, it's kind of every other year the numbers are up. But you notice there aren't many at-bats by lefties against Freeland. Cutter misses down and away. Zach McKinstry, perfect guy to put in the 3 spot. AJ doesn't like loading his lineup with all righties against a lefty. Sometimes that can get that pitcher into a groove with, say, a changeup that is effective against righties. Knuckle curve for a strike. Zach McKinstry 12 for 33, 360 against lefties so far this year. Freeland stands at a slight angle to home plate, glove at the belt. Quick step back with the right foot, turns, lifts the leg, drives to home plate. Knuckle curve bounces, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Freeland out there with that mix. 2 and 4 seam fastball, sweeper, curveball, cutter, and changeup. And like I said in the open, he will use all of those pitches virtually all the time in either-handed hitters.
The 2-2. Just off the plate away. Mark Rippinger is our home plate umpire today. Brock Ballou has joined the crew for the doubleheader. He's at first. Nick Lentz at second. Vic Carapazza, the crew chief, is today's third base umpire. What a gorgeous day for baseball. The 3-2. Swinging a soft ground ball to the right side. Charging Tolia. He'll flip it and did not get it in time. To Freeland covering first. An awkward stumble over the bag. He was turning, barehanding the flip from Tolia. It was a very difficult play, and he must have missed the bag because I thought he actually got there. No, right at the same time.
He caught it with his bare hand, ball behind him. This guy's a tremendous athlete. Did the homework on Freeland earlier today, and actually last night after the game. He made a couple plays on bunts that are absolutely tremendous. Really good athlete out there. And it's an athletic play just to catch this baseball and then hit the base with his left foot. McKinstry just beat him to the bag.
So he's backpedaling backwards over the bag, and then he just took about 4 or 5 steps backwards, landed in a heap, did a little flip. But he back comes out and checks on him. Bang, bang at the base, so just a soft little ground ball. Righties have had good success against this lefty most years. Bond just takes a pitch low, but again, the local kid, he knows what it's like to pitch in altitude. He has grown up doing this.
Right.
And he has had some measure of success. You really have to measure pitchers in Colorado differently. In his 9 seasons in the major leagues, pitch away, 2-0 on Ibanez, 17-7 in his second year in the major league. 17-7 with a 2.80 ERA. That's like Bob Gibson's 1.12 ERA in 1968. That's how good that is. That's crazy good. The 2-0 to Ibanez, a little bit low. Andy Ibanez so happy the Tigers just haven't seen lefty starters, and now he's in the cleanup spot. This bat's starting to heat up. Hitting 240 early, but 7 for his last 17. Again, limited playing time. The 3-0. Fastball splits the middle of the plate at 90. Thing you notice about Freeland, kind of a pitch to contact pitcher, but with more ground balls, that's what you want in this ballpark. He does not give up many extra base hits, and he can work pretty quick at bats. Swing the slicing drive down the right field line. That's deep toward the corner. Moniak, he won't be able to get there. It's by him all the way to the wall. McKinstry is going to be waved around third by Joey Cora. Throw to the plate. No, the throw is dropped in the outfield, and Andy Ibanez will head to third. A double to the right field corner for Ibanez. He ends up on third. The Tigers take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, good hitting by Andy Ibanez. Took a changeup the other way. Didn't try to do too much with it. If you do, you roll over to short. He slices that down the right field line. McKinstry was going to score all the way with 2 outs. He was off with the crack of the bat. But got another 90 feet. When Mickey Moniak hit the cutoff man, Amador, he pump fakes. Ball comes out of his hand. And Andy Ibanez heads up, ends up at third base.
There was going to be no play at the plate, and like you said, he thought about the throw and decided to hang on, and then ball just popped out of his hand. Heads up base running by Ibanez, not checking in at second, always ready to advance 90. Torkelson takes strike 1. Big RBI double in the 10th inning last night, swinging a line drive into left center, softly hit, but that's going to drop for a base hit. Ibanez in to score. Torkelson makes it 2-0. Got jammed, but flared it into left center.
Good path there by Torkelson on that fastball. Wasn't all the way in. It was in her third. Jammed a little bit. Muscled it out into left field. Andy Ibanez scores easily. Probably would have scored on that anyway, just given it was 2 outs from second base, but made it a lot more easy. A lot easier, I should say,
yep,
with advancing to third.
Freeland was actually much better at home last year. First pitch, sweeper for a strike to Kerry Carpenter, left on left battle. His ERA was a full 1.5 lower at home. This year he has struggled, and you notice that batting average on balls in play is over 400. That will correct. But it also is a reminder, as Carpenter takes a breaking ball in, that when you've got vast expanses like this,
yeah,
I mean, he doesn't give up many extra base hits, but the ground balls get through quicker, and the little flares are finding grass. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball down and away. Freeland shutting down lefties so far this year. They're just 6 for 34. Last year they hit .320 with power. 2-0 Tigers in the first of a straight doubleheader here at Coors Field. Not a cloud in the sky, 64 degrees at game time. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Couldn't wait long enough on the 82-mile-an-hour sweeper. Carpenter strikes out. But with 2 outs and the bases empty, the Tigers put together 3 hits. Add an error in there, and the Tigers score 2. We hit to the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Tigers. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meijer.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Ram Trucks. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Get great tasting food made to order. Why the sheets not? Enjoy what you want when you want. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Order online at sheets.com or on the app.
And it just looks completely different when you've got threats from 1 through 9. Sweeney batting, swinging a line drive, caught with a sliding grab. Amador, the second baseman, down to a knee, backhanded a sharply hit ball. Another one off the bat of Trey Sweeney. 6 up, 6 down, though, for...
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
At Clean Express Auto Wash and wash anywhere with our Wash Smart Unlimited membership, the official car wash of the Detroit Tigers.
Michael Toglia, switch hitter batting lefty, takes pitch a little bit low from Casey Mize. 50 pitches through 4. Nice low total. Fastball perfect at the knees on the inside on the black. Did not get the call. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Beautiful splitter down.
That's so important. You see that fastball in. Doesn't get it. It was at the knees. Good pitch. Doesn't get it, but he goes right back away. With the splitter, looks like a fastball coming out, down at the knees, swing and miss.
Back to the splitter and a soft foul out of play. Look at the strike throwing for Casey Mize. 54 pitches, 39 strikes. AJ was asked about kind of the keys for him to pitch here, and just in any start, and it's mixing all 4 pitches, staying in the strike zone, swing and a miss on the splitter. Being unpredictable. He's been all those things today, Bobby.
He sure has.
Strike thrower, unpredictable, mixing his pitches beautifully.
Yeah, there's an example right there. 3 straight splits. You don't see that often.
No.
But it was necessary, and it was the right call, and he executed the pitch.
That brings up Nick Martini. Left-handed batter takes a strike. Doyle started the game with a single. Nothing but outs since. 13 in a row, retired 5 strikeouts among those 13 outs. Splitter bounces. All 5 strikeouts have been on swinging third strikes. This is a big development for Casey Mize, getting more swings and misses. That number, the swing and miss number, has jumped significantly this year. The strikeout rate hasn't followed, but it will if he keeps this up. The 1-1. Check swing. Did he go? Absolutely did. 1-2 on Nick Martini. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. Completely controlling all of his pitches today. Even his misses are very competitive near the zone, which allows him to have effect on the following pitches.
The 1-2, swinging a line drive, base hit down the line. Splitter was up. Martini will turn and hold as the throw comes in from McKinstry to Sweeney. On a 1-2, Martini snaps a stretch of 13 in a row retired by Casey. 9-0 Tigers are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studios scoreboard. Kansas City Royals didn't look great. It was mainly because their offense was not good. It still isn't great. They're still 14th in the American League, but they didn't look great in that series in Detroit when the Tigers took 3 out of 4. Easily could have taken all 4. Moniak takes a slider strike on the outside edge. Kansas City's playing really good baseball right now. They're trying for their 6th straight today. They've got a 6-0 lead in the 8th inning at home against the White Sox. If they win that game, and they will, 23-16 will be their mark. Remember, they were, 6 games? I think they were 8-14 when they were in Detroit. Quick little math. That means they've gone 15-2 since the 8-14 start with a win today. 0-2 the count on Moniak. Ground ball foul down the first base line. Tigers started the day with a 1.5 lead over Cleveland. So for all the winning the Tigers are doing, and it's a lot, their best start through 36 games since 2014, they're not putting any space between themselves, Cleveland and Kansas City. The 0-2 to Moniak again stands him up with a high, tight 96-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball head high. Minnesota beat Baltimore. Baltimore is the opposite of the Tigers right now, 13-23. And they are, I would say, one of the big surprises in all of baseball.
Yeah.
With what a rough year they are having. Line drive to right field. That's deep, and that's trouble. And that ball is one hop to the wall. Malloy will chase it down. Martini will be held at third, cruising into second. Moniak double into the right field corner, so after 13 in a row retired. 2 splitters that were up just enough have resulted in a couple of hits for the Rockies.
Yeah, Moniak, this is a ball. This is 2 balls down. And he just does a nice job, goes down and gets it, hooks into the right field corner. Malloy does a pretty good job of getting over there and getting to the cutoff man to hold Martini at third base. Second and third here with 1 out.
Another team that didn't look good early is playing good ball. Minnesota, as we said, beat Baltimore 5-2. They've won 5 straight. Swing and a miss. And suddenly the second best division in baseball, the Central Division. Minnesota's closing back in on the 500 mark. Cleveland, Kansas City, Detroit, all with solid to very good records early. Only the West is better right now in terms of that balance. Fly ball to center field, right to Javi Baez. He'll go back a couple of steps to his right. That ball really carried. Martini will tag and scoot home. Throw comes into Sweeney. And the Rockies are on the board, and these faithful Rockies fans on their feet cheering the first run of the game. 9-1 Tigers lead.
Yeah, four-seam fastball up. Trejo does a nice job of doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Figured out a way to get that run in from third with less than 2 outs. Like you said, fly ball to center. Moniak advances. Martini scores.
Boston beat Texas today 5-0. Texas has seen a mighty fall in their offense the last 2 years. Ground ball fouled on the first base line. Fall from the very top to the middle of the pack last year, and now they are, I think, kind of incredibly last in the American League, averaging barely 3 runs a game. 3 runs a game.
That's tough
for the Texas Rangers. Tigers will face Texas and Boston on the homestand. 3 with Texas, 3 with Boston. Love to see out at the ballpark. A night game Friday, a night game Saturday, and a day game Sunday against Texas. 3 night games with Boston. All road trips, all homestands from here on out will be 1 or 2 series trips, no more 3 city road trips. The rest of the year, it's good to get the longest road trip of the year out of the way early. 0-2 pitch up and away. 1-2 on Adael Amador. 9-1 here. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tigers scored early, often to chase the starter Kyle Freeland. Casey Mize has been very good. The 1-2. Ground ball softly to first, fielding it off to the glove side. Big hop for Spencer Torkelson over the bag tags with his left foot. Amador bounces out. Single double sacrifice fly gets the Rockies on the board. We head to the 6th.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Michigan kids. Go Tigers!
Justin Henry Malloy leads off. We're in the 6th inning. Dan Dickerson, Bobby Scales, glad to have you along. It's the first of a straight doubleheader, the traditional no-split doubleheader, straight doubleheader today in Colorado. 2 in the first, 5 in the second, 2 in the third. Tigers jumped out to the 9-0 lead. Rockies have just gotten on the board. Malloy 2 for 2 with a walk today. Angel Chivilli on the mound. Changeup bounces up to home plate. Jesse Trujillo and Jake Bragdon, our engineers today, along with Jenny Hornatsky back in our studios in Southfield. Cater Montero will be the likely starter in game 2. Malloy checks his swing 2-1. AJ always wants to leave out the possibility that he could change it up a little bit, but he's going to get the bulk of the innings. Ground ball to third base. Nice big hop from McMahon. He'll plant and throw. Get Malloy at first base for the first out in the 6th inning, and Chivilli has certainly settled things down. Sometimes you're the beneficiary of a team that's, that all their good swings have already been taken up before you got in.
I think there's some of that, but there's some good arms in this bullpen. We talked about it last night. We saw
a good arm.
King, Halverson, and Agnos.
Halverson was an eye-opener last night, wasn't he?
Very much so.
Ground ball softly to short, getting around it. Trejo will field and flip to Tolia. Gleyber Torres now 1 for 4, grounding out to short, and that's 8 up, 8 down against Chivilli.
I mean, there's some young guys that are, I won't say unproven, but they're still climbing in their major league career. But those were 2 good arms at the back end of that game last night. And again, it's one of those things where, look forward. If the Rockies stay in this kind of mode.
Changeup bounces. He's bounced twice now this inning, down and into a lefty or away from a righty.
There's an Oregon needs some pitching. Might be able to work a trade or something, but you never know. But that's some good stuff coming out of that bullpen out there.
Kinstry takes fastball strike. Starters just aren't going deep, and this bullpen will get absolutely worn down if the starters can't do more. 2 starts, first 2 games of the series have been very short, both lasting 3 innings. Ground ball softly to first. Tolio will charge field over the bag, tag it with his right foot. And Shavidi has done an outstanding job in relief. 3 innings, 9 up, 9 down.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Vendors in the industry. Priority, where technology meets sustainability.
Better access means better care. McLaren provides the care you need when you need it. Stay in the game with quality care at McLaren.org.
Brenton Doyle at the plate. First pitch fouled out of play. Casey Mize with a pitch count of 70 through 5. That's a nice low total. Average pitch count through 5 be right around 80. Pitch count brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Casey Mize has been very good. Probably mad at himself for giving up a run last inning, but you're allowed to give up a run.
There was a couple pitches he got up, a couple splitters, and then a sac fly. So, I mean, you know, you're right. You're allowed to give up a run. Then he got right back to it. Good
finish to that
Yep.
inning. Swinging a pop-up. We had a great conversation with Casey Mize, just one of the most honest and kind of reflective interviews that we've done on the Have a Seat podcast with Jason Benetti. And between games today, they're going to run an excerpt of that interview. All of those podcasts airing on FanDuel Detroit. Slur for called third strike, 6th strikeout for Casey Mize. So you can catch a good part of that conversation that we had with him. It's just very enlightening, very honest about how he had to become a better teammate. And he was rehabbing and coming back from the Tommy John surgery. Again, that will run between games 1 and 2 of the doubleheader, and then our conversation with Spencer Torkelson will debut this coming weekend after the game on Sunday. Having a lot of fun doing that podcast with Jason. You can only imagine.
Yeah, I bet.
He can hit you with a question out of left field, and they don't see it coming. Beck swings and misses, and it's been a thoroughly enjoyable experience. Players have been great. Enjoyed our conversation with Spencer Torkelson. Jordan Beck at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. 9-1 Tigers are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mize delivers an 0-2. Slurvy breaking ball down and away. So you've got the sweeper, the slider. The slurve was just really, they came up with it last year.
Yeah.
Because they didn't think our description of a sweeper as a slurve was, I guess they actually were listening and thought, well, you know what? We should call it a slurve. Dan and Bobby are saying it's just like the old slurve. But it's actually now two different categories.
Well, I know you had some deep conversations with those who make those decisions in the offseason.
The computers.
Yep.
The 2-2. Splitter misses low. 3-2 on Jordan Beck. 0 for 2 today. A strikeout and a bounce out. 9 runs on 11 hits for the Tigers. 1 run, 3 hits, and 3 errors for the Rockies. The 3-2. Swing and a tap foul. He lunged at the slurvy breaking ball away and just got a piece of it. Casey would love to get 3 quick outs here, keep the pitch count in the 80s, and maybe pitch into the 7th inning for a second time. 3-2, swing and a miss. Stayed with that same pitch. Slurve, he distinguishes it from a sweeper, doesn't he, Bobby?
He does.
That slurvy breaking ball, because he says it has a little different shape.
Yeah, it's more depth. Those sweepers are much more horizontal in nature. They'll have a little bit of depth, but definitely more horizontal than vertical. And he's imparting more vertical downward movement on that slurve.
7 strikeouts for Mize, and 6 have ended on a swinging third strike. McMahon takes ball 1. 6th inning is brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Go and experience the Demmer difference. 1-0 to McMahon. Slider on the back door for a called strike. Boy, he's started to dial that slurve in now here in the 6th inning. He's broken out all 3 sliders today. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. And then you compare the splitter off of it. Bobby, this is creative. This is a fun mix of pitches. It's been a great start for Mize.
Fantastic. And you're right. Creative is the word, especially here in this environment.
The wind up, the 1-2. Soft tap foul on the ground behind home plate. Pitch count at 85. Tiger bullpen stirring. Nobody throwing yet.
You know, one of the challenges here is you do have to figure out what breaking balls you have if you've got multiple. He seems to have all 3 today.
The 1-2. He got him. 94 outer third. Casey Mize strikes out the side in the 6th. 8th strikeout ends the 6th inning. We head to the 7th. All Tigers today in game 1 of a doubleheader. A 9-1 lead. The Detroit Tigers Radio Network presented by Meyer.
If you're looking for a meaningful career with lots of room to grow, both professionally and personally.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Ibanez leads off. Angel Chivi in his 4th inning of work. It's been stress-free. 3 innings, 31 pitches for this hard-throwing right. He's got a nice mix of pitches. The Tigers had scored 9 before he took over to start the 4th inning. We've got the 9-1 lead as we head to the top of the seventh inning, brought to you by Verizon, the #1 network in Detroit. 1-0, fastball down.
It's a good mix from JVE. Good fastball, changeup, little slider.
Ibanez swings and misses at a good changeup away. Ibanez, Torkelson, Carpenter here in the 7th inning. Well, sad day. One of the truly great players on the '84 Tigers championship team, Chet Lemon, passed away today. Been battling an illness for quite some time. He was just 70 years old. Ground ball to third. Picking it, McMahon throws to first, and after the 360 spin, his throw pulled Tolia off the bag. Ibanez safe, a leadoff single, you would think.
Yes, they just threw it
to
up
start
there.
the 7th.
Yep, I think that's the right call, too.
Yep.
Tough play to the left. McMahon, good third baseman. He's been in the mix for Gold Glove Awards and Fielding Bible Awards the last few years. To his left spin and throw, Ibanez getting down the line. Pulled totally a little bit, but I don't know that ordinary effort doesn't get him. So he's on with a single.
Torkelson hits a ground ball softly to short. Trejo fields, flips over to second for one. Relay to first, not in time. Torkelson got down the line quickly enough. That was a softly hit ground ball. Torkelson started the day with a couple of hits, 3 RBIs. Soft ground ball, put out goes 6-4. He's safe at first with 1 out. Ibanez forced at second base. Tigers traded for Chet Lemon after he started his career 7 years with the Chicago White Sox. Steve Kemp for Chet Lemon. And nobody patrolled center field. Gary Pettis was very good one year, but Chet Lemon, 9 years in Detroit, patrolled center field, and that was a big center field. And he was a huge part of the '84 championship team. Many good years in Detroit. But he just went gap to gap, made plays, it felt like, every night. Ground ball softly to second base. Amador will charge field and flip to Tolia at first. A lot of swings early in the count. A lot of easy outs with Chavigi on the mound. Torkelson at second. Chet Lemon again passing away at age 70 today. Just far too soon. Chet did make it, and because he had been ill, wasn't sure that he was going to make it for the 40th anniversary celebration of the '84 championship team, but he did last summer. Baez swings a little pop fly into shallow right field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Torkelson will score another hit, another RBI for Javi Baez, and the Tigers hit double digits. 10-1 lead here in the 7th.
And that was a jam sandwich. He's over at first base shaking his hand out a little bit. Just nestled that ball into right field with 2 outs. Torque was off on the crack of the bat. Ends up scoring easily. That's an RBI base hit for Javi Baez. What am I thinking about? Javi Lopez.
Bud Black out to the mound. Conversation right now with Chavigi. He hasn't made the motion to the bullpen yet. We'll assume he will.
It's a great night for.
And yes, no. Finally takes the ball.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
The university, or up to $4,000 for career training. Step up to the plate to see how much you qualify for. Apply today by filling out your FAFSA. Get started at mi.gov/achievement. That's mi.gov/achievement.
Nido. Juan Mejia is the new pitcher for the Rockies. Tigers have scratched out a run here in the 7th inning. Swinging a foul back to the top of the screen. Nido behind, no balls, 2 strikes, 1 for 3 for Nido. Javi Baez at first base with 2 outs. That little flare single, little bloop, means Javi Baez now has 14 RBIs his last 8 games. 13 for 33. Nido swings and misses. Mejia makes short work of him. And the Tigers are out in the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch time. Brought to you by DTE. Manage your energy use and save. Go to DTEenergy.com/save energy. 10-1 Tigers at the...
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game.
A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not? The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Tigers.
Great start for Casey Mize. When you add in the swing and miss and the strikeouts, I'll bet one of his most satisfying starts in a Tigers uniform.
Should be, especially in this environment. Tigers needed length today. He gave them that, and he was fantastic. It wasn't just throwing pitches and just trying to eat innings. He was fantastic out there. Total control of his stuff.
Sean Gunther takes over. Hunter Goodman swings, pops it up down the right field line. That's a long run from Malloy. Slides, and he made the catch. What a fine play by Justin Henry Malloy. That's a difficult play. Right at the short wall down the right field line. Hit the knees. Kept his eye on the ball. Terrific.
That's an excellent play, like you said. And he's battling the Sunfield out there in right field. High sky, had to run a long way to get it. Navigate the wall. You're in a different environment. You haven't played a lot of outfield, period, in the big leagues, or here for sure. That's a good play by Jahan out there.
Wow. Javi Baez has made a fine running catch in center. Now Malloy in right in foul territory. Michael Toglia, switch hitter, batting righty against the lefty Sean Gunther. 10-1 Tigers are in the bottom of the 7th inning. Toglia takes strike 1. Fastball up and in. Gunther kind of swings the left leg around after he finishes his delivery. Totally better from the left side in his career. That's where you want your switch hitters to be better from. They're going to be better from one side. Slider on the back door gets a called strike. Final line for Casey Mize was a good one. Brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. Slider away. 6 innings, 1 run on 3 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts. Bobby, 86 pitches, 63 strikes.
Can't do it much better than that.
Line 5 foul down the left field line off the bat of Tolia. Really worked off the fastball today. I think the number that he might be happiest with, 15 swings and misses.
Wow.
One of the highest totals of his career. The 2-2. Low and in from Gunther to Tolia, batting righty again against the lefty. I want to just finish the thought on Chet Lemon, who again passed away at the age of 70. The 3-2, swinging a pop-up. Foul territory down the line. Cole Keith in at first. Long run and off his glove. Slaps at his glove in frustration. That's not an easy play. He was tracking it over his right shoulder, looking up into the sun. It just clipped off his glove. That should be no play.
No, exactly. That's a long run. Colt Keith had to turn and go. Track that ball the entire way. He ran quite a ways to try to catch up to that ball, and it hits right off the edge of that big first baseman's mitt.
Chet Lemon, after a long playing career, 16 years in the big leagues, and a really good major league career. I mean, pitch in the dirt, a walk to Tolia. WAR, wins above replacement, is not a be-all, end-all, but it can give you a pretty good feel for, hey, this guy had a good career.
Yeah.
A WAR of 56 in his career. That's the Hall of the very good. Maybe not quite Hall of Fame, but that's a heck of a career.
And I'm glad you said that, because that Hall of Fame line is right around 60, 62. 56 WAR player career 56. Is a good player. That's an above average, well above average major league player.
Center fielder who, again, patrolled Tiger Stadium like few ever have. But the other thing he did, Bobby, he dedicated his post-playing career to developing the next generation of players. He had a travel baseball team. Our engineer in Florida, Terry Haas's son, played for him for years, and he just raved about Chet Lemon and the impact that he had and the coaching that those kids got. Always put together great teams.
And let's be honest, there's some of those organizations that aren't doing it the right way. And Terry always talked about how much influence
Chet Lemon had.
Yep.
Down to second on a ground ball. Ibanez to Torres, a simple force of Tolia at second. Martini pinch hit for Owen Miller, just pinch hit, soft ground ball to third. Simple force at second base. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Two outs. Mickey Moniak takes first pitch slider low and away on defensive indifference. Miller heads down to second base. So Chet Lemon impacted the game of baseball when he played, and then impacted the game of baseball with all the young men's lives that he impacted with the coaching staffs he put together and the way that he passed on his love of the game.
And you love to see that. You love to see guys that have learned so much give it back through themselves and through the people they hire and just the influence they have. And that's what it's all about.
Fastball outside to Moniak. 10-1 Tigers are in the seventh.
One of the big things that's a big thing for me is that, you know, when you're teaching young players how to play this game, regardless of what it is, you want to make sure they have an opportunity to play again next year.
Down and away, 3-1 on Moniak.
And that they want to play again next year because they had a good experience on your team. And that when I go do clinics or whatever, or coaching, you know, talks or whatever, you guys have one job, is that you want to impact your young people and make sure they want to play again next year. Find one thing you can improve on the field, on the court, whatever it may be, but they need to play again next year because they had a good time with you.
That's a great way to put it. If you've done that,
you've done your job.
You've done
it's not
your
about
job.
the wins and losses. It's not about the plastic rings you get at these tournaments or whatever.
Right.
Doesn't matter. No one's going to care when you're, 25, 35, 45, but you're going to remember the experience.
Fastball got him. On the black away, Moniak takes a called third. And nice job by Gunther. We're through 7. Tigers in the first game of a doubleheader have a 10-1 lead over the Colorado Rockies on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
We know what you love. You love baseball.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me! Put a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion.
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings only on MLB Network.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Trey Sweeney takes a pitch up and away. Mejia is still on the mound. Came in last inning. 3 pitches, a strikeout of Nito. Soft ground ball down the first base line. Mejia will underhand it to first from about 35 feet away on a 1-0. Trey Sweeney had 2 hits early. Soft ground ball out. The putout goes 1-3. 8th inning today is brought to you by Hatfield Foods. Put pork on your fork. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. Justin Henry Malloy getting a chance to play a full game, and he has made an impact. Line drive single to start the game. Kind of set the tone with good swings. Wow. Breaking ball just went behind Justin Henry Malloy.
Yeah, nothing in that one. That one just came
that
out
was
the
a
side.
purpose pitch, Bobby. Come on.
Yeah, that one just came out the side door from Mr. Mejia on that slider.
Justin Henry just looked like, what? Wait a minute. That ball's going behind me. Fastball low and away. 2-1. Single, walk, single from Malloy, all in the first 3 innings of this game. Tigers scored 9 early, added a run in the 7th inning, a 10-1 lead, top of the 8th. 2-1, swinging a foul slider on the front door. Not quite a hanger. 2 balls, 2 strikes, but just nice to see Jahan getting a chance to play and making the most of it. He's also made a fine play in the outfield.
And that, for me, is the best part because you see the work he puts in defensively. The knock is, he's struggles defensively or doesn't have the most range. He ran a long way to make a tough play against the wall right there.
2-2, swing and a miss. That's a power fastball in, right on right.
I'll tell you what, this Rockies team could get some leads. Might be a little different. Might be a little different deal because their bullpen has been outstanding the last 2 days.
We were really impressed yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all the run scoring basically, all of it, has come against the starters. 2 unearned runs in extra innings yesterday off a reliever. And just 1 run scratched out against Chivy in the 7th inning of this game. Torres at the plate, the 1-0 from Mejia. Yeah, it's power arms, and it's really good stuff. Alverson had the 91-mile-an-hour splitter and a 92-mile-an-hour slider to go with a 101-mile-an-hour fastball. Chivy had a 92-mile-an-hour slider to go with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball and a good changeup. Torres takes a strike, 2-1.
Agnos had that devastating split, too.
Yeah.
It just died at the front of the plate.
2-1, spins a slider high and tight. Torres jumps out of the way. Game 2, usually about 35-40 minutes after the end of Game 1. Tigers flying home for 6. Love to see out at the ballpark. I think the Tiger Nation is it's more than just being on the bandwagon. This team has the state of Michigan excited.
Yeah.
And the crowds have already been pretty sizable at Comerica Park. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend. 78, 82, and that ballpark is going to start filling up. And to see it start filling up in May, that's a lot of fun. 3-2, line drive, base it into right. Gleyber Torres, this guy can just hit.
He can hit, man. That's all there is to it. This guy is hitterish. He's got great hands. And you better locate with him, because if you don't, it's gonna get loud in a hurry. This cat can just straight hit. That's all there is to it.
Very popular teammate, too.
Yeah.
Came in hitting 289, 2 more hits today, plus a line drive out to left field. 14 hit attack for the Tigers, 8 runs yesterday, 10 today. They've been averaging, well, they're closing in on almost 8 runs a game on this road trip. Fastball low and into Zach McKinstry. Big misplays early. But McKinstry figured into both the 2-run first and the 5-run second. Infield hit with 2 outs and the bases empty in the first, touched off a 2-run inning. McKinstry takes a pitch low and in. Just a soft little dribbler past him out. His speed beat the pitcher Freeland to the bag. And then in the second inning, bases loaded, a run in, 1 out. It was a 4-0 game at the time. An error on the shortstop on a double play ball figured large into this game. Freeland would have been out of the second inning. Yeah, I think it was actually going to be 3-0 if that had been a double play ball.
Yeah, that's right.
And instead, the Tigers went on to score 5. The 2-1. Slider strike on the outside edge. 2-2 on McKinstry. So 1 for 4 for Zach, but he has scored 2 runs. Malloy has a couple of hits. Torres now a couple of hits. Torkelson 2 early hits, 3 RBIs. 2 hits for Sweeney. 2 more hits for Sweeney. 2-2, low and away. 3-2 on McKinstry. Trey Sweeney has had a 4-hit game, a 3-hit game, a 2-hit game. His last 3, 2 for 4 today. Second best offense in the American League, the Tigers. McKinstry takes fastball away. He missed big in the last few pitches. Single, walk with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Andy Ibanez. Ibanez has a couple of hits today, plus a sacrifice fly. Jace Young will pinch run for Gleyber Torres at second. Keith waiting on deck. It'll be his first at bat of the game. First pitch slider. Ibanez swings and misses. Said the contact has been hard for Ibanez. That can sometimes, and it was 2 years ago, give you a hint of what might be to come. The at bats have gotten better. But Bobby, he's making contact. 5 walks, 3 strikeouts this year.
Wow.
The strike 1. Swinging line drive down the left field line. Hooking. Foul. Could see it just hooking a little too much. Good swing, deep line drive. It's just strike 2.
Yeah, Andy Ibanez has always been aggressive, and I think part of that is the aggressive nature. We talked about it a little bit with Dylan Dingler. But you make good swing decisions. You put balls in play. Can you really get mad at the guy? You know, we talked about how his batting average on balls in play was a little bit low. We figured that would level out, and it has.
Swinging the foul the other way down the right field line.
But Andy Ibanez makes contact quite a bit and makes good swing decisions. Doesn't chase a ton. It's not really part of his game. And quite frankly, also, too, he gets a lot of at-bats off the bench. And when you come off that bench, you better hit the first thing smoking. You don't have a lot of time to get into at-bats. It doesn't work that way.
0-2 swing and a miss. Again, just the 4th strikeout this year in 62 plate appearances for Andy Ibanez. Strikeout ends the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball. This place doesn't know what hit them. These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
It's your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Tigers pitch and change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. First pitch fastball from the side-arming right-hander to Alan Trejo is a little bit high. It's right there at the belt, but ball one, says home plate umpire Mark Ripperger. Lee works first base side of the rubber, the 1-0. Swing and a miss, drops down, sweeping slider, 81 away, gets the swing and miss.
Yeah, different look out of that Tiger bullpen with Chase Lee, true side armor, 2 and 4 seam fastball, sweeper and change.
Swinging a pop-up, keeps the sweeper low. This one's into shallow center field. Sweeney tracking it. He'll make the catch running into shallow center field. And Gleyber Torres out there to offer moral support. Little pop-up to start the 8th inning. We've already seen Chase Lee. A.J. Hinch always said, if we bring a guy up, there's almost never the soft landing
right
for that reliever to, okay, you're going to make your major league debut in a blowout. I mean, it happens, but he's pushed Chase Lee right into the mix in leverage innings, swinging a pop-up down the right field line, looking into the sun. Malloy will come over, make the catch, 1 step into foul territory, 2 up, 2 down. And I think the Tigers have been impressed with what they've seen from Chase Lee.
He's done just fine. Like you said, threw him right in the fire. First guy he looks up and sees in his big league career is Manny Machado, and he takes care of him. But you're right. I mean, if you're going to be in this team, especially as good as this team is going to be, you're going to pitch. It's part of the mix. Tiger player development's done a tremendous job getting these young men ready for this opportunity. They come up here and they have not disappointed. They've been just fine.
That brings up Brenton Doyle. Sweeper strike at the knees. Today's game brought to you in part by Corwell Health. No matter the challenge, their response is always the same. We can. Doyle today started the game with a single, then Casey Mize retired the next 13 in a row. He takes a called strike, no balls and 2 strikes. Mize was dealing in the 5th inning. 1 out, single, double, sacrifice fly, the only run of the game for the Rockies. Finished by going 6, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. 6 runs, swinging 3rd strikes. Doyle takes a pitch outside. Opponents' pitching changes brought to you this year by Primitive Performance. Stay in the game with Primitive Performance and their fast-acting CBD topical cream. The 1-2. Big sweeper misses away. Nothing but blue sky above on a 68 degree now. Sunny. Thursday afternoon in Denver. Fastball rising, swing and a miss. Doyle couldn't find the 91, running up and away. A 1-2-3 8th inning for Chase Lee and the Tigers. We head to the ninth. Tigers have a 10-1 lead in the first game of a doubleheader on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Get great tasting food made to order. Why the sheets not? Enjoy what you want when you want. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Order online at sheets.com or on the app.
"10-1 Tigers are in the ninth inning. Keith leads off. Mejia is still on the mound. First pitch. That cutter. Now, Bobby, I said four-seam fastball. That thing ran in about a foot and a half on Colt Keith. If that's natural cutting action, that's a wow. Half cut on a slider, down and in, from 94 moving into 83 down and in. 1 strike. Keith's first at-bat of the game came in as a defensive replacement in the 7th inning for Torkelson. The 1-1. Fly ball, center field. Hit fairly hard, but right to Doyle. He'll move a few steps to his right toward left center to make the catch. 1 up, 1 down, 9th inning. 9th inning brought to you by Comerica Bank. Only one bank has been committed to Michigan since 1849. That's Comerica. Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studios scoreboard. A couple of finals from earlier today. Minnesota's rolling. Everybody's rolling in the Central Division right now. Minnesota's won 5 straight. Kansas City has won 6 straight. Minnesota beat Baltimore 5-2. Kansas City shut out Chicago 10-0. They're 23-16. Minnesota has improved to 18-20. If you missed it earlier, we were talking about how Kansas City started 8-14. They've won 15 of their last 17. We've got a race in the Central. 1-0. Kerry Carpenter swings and misses, hitless in 4 at-bats today. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carpenter. Tigers will go home and face Texas. Texas shut out by Boston 5-0. That offense is struggling mightily. Tigers' strength pitching matched up against, right now, the lowest scoring offense in Texas. And it's a hard thing to say, or a surprising thing to say. Think of Texas and their powerful offenses, and it's been a big fall from the top to the bottom in just 2 years for Texas. 1-2 the count on Carpenter. 10-1 our score here. We're in the 9th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Couldn't lay off the high fastball. Shoulder high. Carpenter strikes out. 2 outs in the 9th. That'll leave it up to Javi Baez. Hardest working player is brought to you every game by Carhartt. Proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball and all the hardworking people who make it possible. Lots of candidates, but we'll settle on Casey Mize here. with his 6 innings, 1 run on 3 hits, no walks, 8 strikeout performance. Baez takes first pitch fastball. Perfect on the black away.
Yeah, no walks and 8 tickets. That's the part that stands out for me. It's one thing to get the strikeouts, but if you walk several guys, but
Slider backs up on Baez.
Casey was in control of his entire game today, got his breaking balls to work, and again, in this environment can be difficult. Good command of the fastball, threw it up, threw it down, and the split, like it has been a majority of the year, was very good today.
Baez has got a couple of hits, another RBI today, swings and fouls it to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or Pizza Portal pickup. No home runs the last 2 days and 19 runs for the Tigers. 18 runs. 10 today, 8 yesterday. The 1-2. Slider low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And for me, the eyeball test with these approaches, it tells you these guys are not trying to elevate. They're not trying to hit homers in this ballpark. You've come in here in years past and you see guys change their swings a little bit, and next 2 weeks they're in a funk because they're going uphill to everything. These guys have not done that.
2-2, low and away. And that's, even though AJ kind of downplayed that, basically just saying, hey, stick with what's been working.
Right.
But they probably did address it with their players.
Listen, you can coach speak it all you want, but if you had seen a game or played a game or been in a series in this ballpark, you've seen guys do it.
Javi Baez swings and misses, slider down below the knees. Baez strikes out. Bullpen really did a fine job for Colorado today. We go to the bottom of the 9th.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Broker and HR and benefits consultant.
Michigan's corn farmers innovate every year to protect our environment while providing food, fuel, and fiber. Find out more at micorn.org.
Chase Lee trying to close it out for the Tigers in the bottom of the 9th, a 10-1 lead. Game 2 of the doubleheader will follow just a little bit more than a half hour, usually 35, 40-minute break in between games. Sinker for a strike to Jordan Beck. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Chase Lee works over first base side, places that left foot in front of the right. When he sets the 0-2, swinging a foul out of play, the sweeper away. Really drops down the low release, basically sidearm. We have seen him. You talked about how Manny Machado was the first batter he faced. He got 2 swings and misses on 90-91 against Machado in that at-bat. The 0-2, fastball high and away. Most rising fastballs just drop less than you expect.
Right.
That's the hop. This is a truly rising fastball.
Because of how he delivers it right. Because of how he delivers the pitch.
The 1-2, swinging a line drive foul down the right field line. Bounces off the wall. Eyes started.
Sorry, this is a good angle to have in the Tiger bullpen. They don't have anybody like this. Having guys with different looks can absolutely enhance what you're doing down there. You put them in the right pocket.
Fly ball left center field. This one's deep. Long run from McKinstry. That's over his outstretched glove up against the wall. Rounding second, heading to third is Beck, and the throw not in time. On a 1-2, deep drive to the left center field gap and a triple for Jordan Beck.
Yeah, good swing by Beck. That was a sweeper in the middle of the plate. He wanted that further away and didn't get it there. It was just stayed in the middle of the plate. And Beck put a charge into it to the deepest, one of the deepest parts of the ballpark anyway, that corner out there in left center field.
Man, McKinstry ran a long way, didn't he?
Sure did.
Jeez. It's just a ginormous left center field. McKinstry was kind of straight up, and he just kept running. McMahon at the plate. He takes ball one. 10-1 Tigers. We're in the ninth. Chase Lee just trying to get these final 3 outs. Kader Montero expected to start game 2. There's a possibility of an opener, but I think it's likely he'll start game 2. Soft little tap foul. Off the bat of McMahon is 0 for 3 today after a 4 for 4 yesterday. 10-1 Tigers in the bottom of the ninth. The 1-1. Sinker grabs the outside part of the outside corner for a called strike 2. Lots of Tiger fans in attendance yesterday and today. Pitch down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You got the rooftop section up in right field above the upper deck. That's a popular gathering spot. You can see a lot of people along the railings there. I'm guessing this ballpark might fill up a little bit more as game 2 progresses. Swing and a miss. Sweeper below the knees. McMahon strikes out. Second strikeout for Chase Lee, who came on to pitch the 8th inning after Gunther worked the 7th. Casey Mize the first 6.
Yeah, good sweeper there on the back door from Chase Lee. Get McMahon to go fishing on it.
Big sweeper gets a swing and miss just away from Hunter Goodman, right-handed batter. Lefties have had the edge against Chase Lee in the minor leagues, but he's been learning how to pitch to lefties. Worked on a changeup a lot down in the minor leagues. And AJ's been able to find nice pockets of righties for him to face. The 1-1, swing and a pop-up. Into shallow left center. McKinstry, Baez converging. It'll be McKinstry to make the catch. Tagging, scoring, back to throw up the line. Sacrifice fly. These Rockies fans appreciate the late effort. A couple of runs, giving them a reason to cheer. 2 sacrifice flies for the 2 runs. But 2 outs in the ninth. Base is empty, and the Tigers lead now 10-2. Two outs for Michael Toglia. Again, the threats in this lineup are basically the top 5 hitters. Yesterday it was McMahon and Toglia with the big days. Today the Tigers have really shut this offense down. On the back door, a sweeper kept digging to the outside edge, and home plate umpire Mark Rippiger said it's made it for a called strike 1. The strike 1 pitch further away. Long road trip of the year, long stretch. 23 games in 24 days, and the Tigers have handled it all. The 1-1. Fastball high and outside. Off to their best 36-game start since 2014. The 2-1. Swinging a foul past the screen, and the Rockies are down to their last strike. And every part of this Tigers team is clicking right now.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. Guys not trying to do too much, doing what they're capable of doing their jobs, and everybody's doing that to a really high level right now.
Lee works from the stretch, 2-2. High and tight. Try to get the swing and miss from Toglia. Sweeney up the middle. Young is in at third. He's deep and off the line. The pitch, swinging a high fly ball to center. This should end it. Baez will drift back a couple of steps. Camp underneath it. Make the catch. Tigers win. Tigers scored early, often. Built the 9-0 lead, and they cruise. Great hitting early and great pitching all day long. Torkelson leads away with 3 RBIs on offense. Another good day for Baez, Sweeney, Malloy contributing as well. Tigers take the first game of a doubleheader. Our final score at Coors Field in Colorado, the Tigers 10 and the Rockies 2.
The plans for the Comerica Hatch Detroit contest by Tacktown have been submitted, and many dreams are alive. But now it's your turn to help hatch the brick-and-mortar retail business in Detroit, Hamtramck, and Highland Park that everyone will be talking about. Comerica Bank is raising